Hello and welcome to the Data Break Podcast, episode 55 for the week of May 21st, 2016. I'm your host, James Lee, and with me today we have Ravenstorm Labarkin.
Howdy.
Max Lee, no relation.
Hello.
And Taylor Kelsey.
Also no relation.
Also no relation.
Kelsey.
Kelsey?
The Kels.
Kelsey. I would like...
Ravenstorm Lee Barkin.
Please don't.
My last name is an adverb.
Can I tell the story on air of my disgrace in front of everyone?
Yes, I love this story. I love this story.
Okay.
It's great. It's great.
Okay, so I went to a small charter school, a middle school, in North Highlands, which is kind of like not the best area. Okay, and this charter school was called the California Aerospace Academy, and my parents sent me to this because it's kind of a transition between homeschool and public school. We thought that would be we all excited about the idea at the beginning of the year, but then we found out that this was a school for people who were thrown out of every other school in the area. It was just a bunch of belligerent and just not very good kids. But anyway, me being me and being the good kid that I was, I got student of the month 8 months in a row and aced every class, and I was the teacher's favorite every time. And I was nominated by my principal for a statewide academic recognition award where I'd get to go up on the state capitol steps and shake Darrell Steinberg's hand, who is, I think, running for mayor actually now.
Yes.
Yeah. I got to shake his hand and receive a certificate of achievement and get my picture taken. And I was very excited for this. And so there we were, me and my family, like we were waiting in front of the steps. They were calling people's names to come up. And at the end of the high school one, I just hear over the speakers, Ravenstorm Labarion.
Oh my god.
And I just look around. And because I know they're calling my name, but I don't want to believe it. I want to believe that there's a guy named Ravenstorm Labarion.
What if it was a dude
who just graduated from high school, and he was going up there for achievement. And there wasn't. And so I went up there, and the senator looked me in the eye, and he said, "Now that you're out of high school, what do you want to do?" And I said, "I'm still in middle school." And then he just didn't reply. He gave me a look. And he shook my hand and said, they told me to face the camera, and I held up my certificate, which said Ravenstorm Labarion on it. And
How is Ravenstorm spelled? Was just the R and the O and Ravenstorm mixed up?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Ravenstorm Labarion with an E. I don't really know how that happened.
Labarion is my favorite evolution of Eevee from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. I love that story.
That's my 15 minutes of fame. Yep. It's never going to come again.
Can I call you Labarion?
Can't we?
You should name your kid Labarion Labarkin.
Dude, hell no. Hell no.
Alliteration
That's
is so
terrible.
crucial for children's names.
Maybe for my second child, or maybe like for the fourth child that I didn't want. And
Maybe
and
if
so
you
I was
actually have a redheaded stepchild, then you'll name it that.
Yeah, and I'll know Labarion. Labarion, come here. I need to tell you something. You're adopted.
Of how you were named.
Yeah, here's the story of how you were named. A long time ago, when I was young, a lot of my friends, we used to get together over the internet. It's before your time, and
the internet was before your time.
Yeah.
What's new? What's the next
What's
thing?
the internet, Dad?
The intranet.
Supernet.
No,
Outernet.
It's a thing that
Outernet.
already exists, James.
Outernet then. Outernet. You go outside.
That's
we're in a space colony. We're in a space colony now. Everything is wireless light beams transmitted through the fourth dimension.
I want to hear
The Cosmonet?
I want to hear more of Ravenstorm's future.
You know what? I will write out a future for you, and I will.
That'd be a fun
one per
exercise,
podcast.
actually.
One bit per podcast.
Oh, man.
That happens in the future.
We're gonna slowly divulge the deep lore of the
The Ravenverse.
Ravenstorm Labarian future.
Ravenverse. Yeah.
It's gonna be the USS Ravenstorm Labarian is the first ship to colonize Mars.
Please no. The USS
That's hilarious.
God, that's terrible.
USS Labarion.
That's terrible.
Well, I mean, our
USS
Air Force
Labarian
will, of
isn't
course,
too
be
bad.
called the Ravenstorm. So
We'll call it the Labarian Chronicles.
Oh,
You know, that doesn't
Oh,
sound
yeah.
bad, actually.
it doesn't, but it's
That's the worst
it's,
part.
It's shameful. It's shameful. My name is not Labarion. It's never been Labarion. And the thing is
is
that
now.
Ravenstorm Labarkin has never achieved anything. Only Ravenstorm Labarion. There's no proof that Ravenstorm Labarkin has ever done anything.
my favorite like Mad World basketball player is Labarion James.
Nice.
Oh, good. So what's up, guys? I mean, other than mispronouncing names, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing very well. Doing very
Not
well.
bad.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Did you want us to tell you things that have been
Summer.
going on with us, or was that actually just
You
a
have
question?
to ask more specific
Yeah.
questions.
Well, I mean,
You're the host, James. You should know this.
I'm sorry. What are you guys
Yes,
wearing?
man.
What?
What am I wearing? Do you really want an answer?
You really want an answer.
You really want it.
Wow, your microphone has a lot of good range. Actually, that was really good. Impressive. I'm very
really
impressed.
have enjoyed this microphone.
What's that?
I was
What mic is that? I forget.
the MXL Tempo. It's
Tempo, yes.
USB powered version of the MXL mic.
Yeah.
Which was like the kind we used to use for the podcast that we borrowed from our.
Those were the
school.
good days. Those were the high quality days.
What do you mean
Hi-fi
those were the
days.
high quality? No.
The audio
Everyone
was
but-
good.
Everyone but me
Admittedly-
sounds good on this
admittedly-
podcast.
Well, I think we generally sound good. The internet is the limiting factor here, to be honest.
Do you think so? I think the diaphragm quality and I think that your mic being close to your mouth is you're still using the boom mic, right?
I am using the Boom Pro. Yes.
Okay,
I mean, you can hear
so-
every breath I take.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every
Every-
step back,
and every
every step
move
I
you
take.
make.
Yeah, it's all for you.
I'll be watching you.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
be
sorry.
listening to you.
And, yeah.
And anyway, yeah, and then Taylor's mic. Honestly, yeah, Taylor, you know what your mic is. You're
I
at least
do.
You understand.
I've tried
And
listening
Max's
to a podcast
mic-
and said, "Fuck that Taylor's guy's mic. He sounds like shit. Everyone else is a good mic."
We'll try to fix that too. I mean, next.
I can fix that. I technically have money.
Technically.
Technically?
Next.
And then Max's
That money is
I
going towards
figure
Overwatch.
Max's
You know
is
that.
What?
As good as mine, I think. I can't
Blue,
tell whose is
Blue
better.
Yeti.
Blue Yeti.
No, I
go.
know. I know. I'm just saying, the quality is about equivalent.
Yeah,
but
it should be.
How much
How
is
much
Blue
did you pay
Yeti?
for yours?
I didn't pay for mine. It was like my dad had one stored away in a closet, and he
just
had no
have-
use for it.
I
Was
just
your
have high
dad
quality
like a
mics.
Twitch streamer or something?
He's a closet streamer. He streams
from the closet.
totally, man. He's actually a StarCraft professional player.
Oh,
Is it just because he's Korean,
good
Max?
Korean jokes.
No,
No,
Racist.
totally not. We don't eat dogs either. Actually, no, we don't.
I got worried for
do you really want to?
half a
Do you really
minute.
want to insult a people? Do you want to insult a people?
Your people?
I insult
Any
every
I'm
people.
they're not my people.
I didn't say it was
They're
your
your people.
people.
This
Who
is
are you?
great,
saying
great,
your people?
great
I'm
podcasting.
just gonna keep saying your people and see if. So every time I say it, a new race gets offended. So I'm just gonna say it over and over again.
Just get a list and then just check off every race that has been offended, and then
Okay, so the Eskimos, the Apaches.
we have to go alphabetical order, Max.
You gotta pick something
aardvarks.
super obscure.
If you're going truly alphabetical.
All right, a super scare. How about the Bushmen?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
off. Kung.
Oh God, that's horrible. Okay, let's move on. We're moving on now. This is time for us. It's time for us
I
to
don't
move
want
on.
none of filthy
This is
kung in my bar.
this is the part where James
They
is
have
hosting
no
skills are put
shoes,
to the
no
test.
shirt, and they get no service.
James, you have to steer this train wreck or steer this fucking flaming garbage truck before it goes off the
We
side
need
of
to
the
draw
road.
Coca-Cola
It runs
bottles.
secret order.
Excuse me, garbage truck?
Okay. I may not be able to steer flaming garbage trucks,
My
but
garbage truck people are very offended.
I saw other flaming things though. This just today actually over at the Bay Area Maker Faire in San Mateo, California. So it's basically the flagship Maker Faire, I think. So do you guys know what a Maker Faire is?
I've been following Make Magazine for a number of years, and I really enjoy them.
Yeah. So yeah, basically Maker Faire is where people kind of show off things, as the name suggests, things that they made. And you can also like buy stuff for making things, like robotics equipment, Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, all that good stuff. But yeah, the main attraction is just checking out things that people have made and trying out things that people have made and just awesome fun stuff. If you've ever been to Maker Faire, I highly suggest you go. It is any Maker Faire. It's the greatest thing ever. You go in and it's instantly just a sensory overload. You're just like I think the most often said sentence at that show, I'm almost 100% sure of. The most often said sentence in that that everyone says in that when they go there is, "What's that?" Like, what is that? like you'll just be walking around. You'll be walking around and then you just see this giant, like, someone's like driving a cupcake. They're riding in a cupcake. And you're like, "What's that?" And then
if I were there, I'd be like, "It's someone driving a cupcake, you idiot! You can see it."
Or like this giant, weird giraffe-looking metal structure that just kind of just is remote controlled and it's freaking huge, and you're just like, "What is that?" Or a forest that's made of like a blow-up forest. Basically, it's just inflatable forest, and you're just like, "What is that?" And just so many cool things that people are making and doing, and it's just so fun to see what people have made. I cannot like pinpoint what my favorite thing was there. I can pinpoint what other people's favorite things were there, but there's just so much fun stuff. I must admit, I got a little bit cynical. Unfortunately, I kind of.
How dare you?
I know
cynicism.
It's very unfortunate, really, because I go in and I see all these startups, people we have this awesome, cool thing that we think will be really cool, and the cynic in me was just like lurking around the corner saying like, that's gonna fail. Yeah, that's gonna fail. That'll never take off. And I'm like, I really dislike that.
Dead companies.
I just dead companies.
No, but here's the thing. I think that there is an element of cynicism that is unwarranted, but I think that your assessment that most of these companies are going to fail is probably correct, and that you should listen to that.
So that it's not unwarranted.
It's not unwarranted, but
it's the presence of the bias itself. Like, you shouldn't be like, if it were me and I was trying to be objective for some reason, which I rarely do. Okay. if it were me, and I weren't me, and I were analyzing this thing,
there's a lot of caveats here.
Yeah, there's a lot of caveats here, but I just think that it's not really fair to expect failure from them. Because I think some of them will make it. Some of them will make it. It might not be the ones you expect.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, right? And like, but like in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, this thing again, or it's just like, oh man, this is not very original or whatever. And like it kind of kept me, like, held me back from like enjoying the show, and I kind of dislike that. But there's a lot of cool things though. And honestly, the coolest part, I think, was the presence of young kids making things. And I've just yes, yeah, it's like, honestly, it's the perfect thing to take your kids to. It is so good to take your kids to this stuff, because it inspires them to make stuff of their own, and like and then like if they want to make stuff of their own, the things that they need to make stuff of their own is like right there. You can just buy it right there. Very good tactic, by the way. Very good marketing tactic. Mm-hmm. But there's just so many cool things that the kids can try out, and it's like very hands-on. All this, like almost all this stuff is just hands-on. You just like, I was trying out a 3D printed robot like that, and like it was kind of cool. I mean, it wasn't super impressive per se, but I thought it was still pretty awesome. It was like a 3D printed robot that you control, and the objective of the game is basically to pop your enemy's balloon. So like it's like a 3D printed robot has a little like needle point on the end, and you're just like flailing around in a little arena with like a little remote control tank, and you're just trying to like pop each other's balloon, and it's so much fun. But
it's kind of adorable.
It was very adorable, really. It was so adorable to see all these kids just like putting things together, driving robots, building their own robots, and just it's so much fun. I cannot express how inspiring and how like amazing it was to to watch, to see all these kids, you know, doing cool things, you know, in an era where everyone's just like, oh, all those kids just sit on their iPads all day and, you know, play and charge up their current bank account with microtransactions. No, like at the end of the day, kids are still kids.
That's a very cynical old man who knows very much about the modern market. I'd say I'm suspicious of that person, actually.
Yeah.
What old guy knows the term microtransactions?
But well, anyways,
He's like, damn League of Legends, they said it was free.
the point is that like it's really nice to see kids just like the full potential of kids being kids. Like there's so like I it's just so cool. There's some cool VR stuff. It was like mostly mobile VR, so it wasn't that super great, but still cool. Like my friend tried it and he thought it was really cool. There's a club dedicated to making R2D2 units, R2 units, astromech units.
What? That's kind of cool.
Yes, my friend really liked it, and I'll talk about this a little bit later. But yeah, there's a club just for R2 units. The Bay Area Lego users group was there, so they had a really impressive Lego display. It was just like there's like a train track running around it. It's awesome. I mean, I'm not a stranger to that display in particular because I've been to Bricks by the Bay, which is another Lego show that's held in the Bay Area. So I've seen something similar like that before, but
Jaded now.
Is that just you kind of living vicariously because you can't afford that much Legos?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's all. I mean,
isn't that why we go to Disneyland? Because we can't afford Disneyland. Like, I don't
far
go
away
to
from
Disneyland because I don't care. But
I just can't afford to be a talking car. That's all.
God damn it!
Yeah. So like,
I'm a trans car individual.
oh jeez.
Well, you're not in the same bathroom as I am.
Parking lot. I think.
Hold on, guys. I'm going to drop out of the podcast for just a moment. Family issue.
No problem.
Okay.
There's a lot of cool things, like a lot of science-based things, which I love. You know, just like hands-on physics things. Do you guys remember like the physics show that we had in high school, Physics Day?
What was the name of it?
Huh?
I don't remember.
It was called Physics
Some
Day.
stupid fizz pun. There was some fizz pun.
Really? I thought it was just Physics Day, but
Okay.
I don't whatever. It was but yeah, it was there's something similar to that, but it was all loaded onto a bus and you could check out some cool stuff, and they had a little bit cooler things because, you know, they were privately funded, or yeah, probably they had their own money and not public school money, which was
Yeah.
and there was a lot of cool people, like a lot of cool things that you could ride. I had a lot of fun. There's this one thing where it's just like a bunch of awkwardly built bikes, and then you get to ride awkward bikes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then there's this other thing where it's like one
What was
person
awkward about it? Describe how it was awkward.
the proportions
Yeah,
were off.
how would a bike-
The proportions are off. Like it's like a kiddie bike, but then like the handlebars are super high up, and then like the seat is super far back, or it's like super tall, and like the handles are really small.
It's like in the
but-
bike character creation, they just hit randomize a couple times. And nothing
Yes,
made sense
yes.
After a while.
Would you say they're like the Dr. Seuss of bikes?
Yeah, kind of. It was just like very weirdly shaped bikes. It was fun. There was one of my favorite things I saw was power tool drag racing.
What?
It's really funny. So like basically they took, I think it was circular saws, or either circular saws or leaf blowers. I'm pretty sure it was like circular saws, but basically instead of a saw they had like a wheel, and then it was on a track, and then they raced. There was two circular saws on a track, and they put them side by side, and then instead of saws they had wheels, so they just rotated really fast. And then they just sat on the on switch and then like raced them. It was
So they
just-
sat on it?
no, they set them on. They turned them on. They turned
okay.
they turned on the circular saws and then let them rip. And then they just kind of like raced down the
I'm
pathway.
looking at the pictures.
Max is dying, or TeamSpeak
Yeah.
is dying. Max is dying. It's okay though.
Just
Don't
Max.
worry, Max. Don't worry.
Can
It's
you guys
okay.
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
now.
Yeah. It was just really funny to watch that. And then like my friend and I got on on like this weird like rotating one cycle powered spinny thing. I don't know. It's like think of like a seesaw, except you just spin instead of going up and down, and then one person like pedals to make it go faster. It sounds kind of dumb, but it's really fun, in my opinion.
Like the teacups ride, but manual.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, but you guys don't spin on your own. You just spin. You face each other and it spins. It's simple in design, but it was fun in practice. What else was there? There's a lot of lighting things. There was drone racing. Oh, Ravenstorm isn't here. There's also drone battling.
How do you battle drones? You put balloons on them and give pins again.
I think they actually like tear them up. To be honest, like
they actually destroy the drones.
It's kind of like wrestling, where like whoever like
drones into each other.
Yes, they smash drones into each other. Like whoever like gets the other one drone on the floor. It's like wrestling, where like if they can't get up, they lose. You know, if they can't get back up off the ground. That seems like
an expensive hobby.
It does sound pretty expensive to me. I mean, I'm sure that I don't know. I wasn't in full view of it, so I can't get a full opinion of it, unfortunately. There's a lot of companies there, which was, I mean, sure. Like I don't like some of the right companies were there. Like Intel was there, Google was there, Qualcomm was there, and they were all doing stuff. But like I think one of the ones I didn't like was like there was a jerky company there. I'm like, what does jerky have to do with making, You're just trying to sell your jerky. You're not really.
Excuse me, what? What?
Beef jerky, like food.
Are you insulting beef jerky?
No, I'm insulting the relation of jerky to making.
To nerdy arts and crafts.
Basically, yeah. It's nerdy arts and craft. That's what Maker Faire is.
I mean, they probably needed people for food, right?
Oh, there was a lot of food trucks there. I had falafel. It was expensive falafel, but it was falafel. I like falafel. It's a great vegetarian food, in my opinion. What else was there? My favorite thing was yes, it's not technically a feature or an event, but it was sort of an event. But my favorite thing was the talk. So Will Smith, we've talked about Will Smith before on this podcast. Of Tested, not the journalist, not the actor.
Of Tested, now of Foo.
Yeah. He was there to give a talk on about how to predict technology, and he talked about cheeseburgers. It was a very good talk. I actually really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it was a little short, but I don't think they had any control over that because they were having talks all day.
How do you relate the cheeseburgers to technology?
Basically, the premise was that in order to make a cheeseburger, you have if you wanted to make an entire cheeseburger yourself, you'd have to get a cow, you'd have to grow your own vegetables, you'd have to get a tomato, cheese, all that stuff. And the way the world works is that other people do that for you, and then you just have a cheeseburger. And it's basically commoditization of what was once expensive and hard to find goods, and then the commoditization of all that, which makes better things possible.
How does that predict future technology?
I actually asked this to Will myself. That so the example that he used was smartphones, a pretty good one, because originally all these parts that were in a smartphone were very specific instruments used for very specific purposes, but over time they've gotten cheaper, or through various forces they've gotten cheaper, so prices were driven down, which made it possible for people to kind of experiment with it. Because I mean, you're not if you had you'd be more creative with a sensor if it was 10 cents instead of $10,000, right? You could do it's if you break it or something, you could replace it. It's the stuff like that. It allows for more experimentation, and then you could do more things with it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So he talked. Yeah. So it's basically like that. I actually asked him what he predicted or he thought would be the next high-end professional equipment that would be brought to the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he mentioned biometric stuff, like health, filters and stuff like that. Like
Health filters? What is a health filter?
kind of like, oh man, I'm blanking out now. Unfortunately, sorry, Will.
Do you mean sensors?
Like gas monitoring systems, kind of like smoke detectors, but not like, but for specialized purposes. And he didn't know where
body?
that. No, like equipment, like electronics equipment, like a lot of like scientific instruments that would be brought to the mainstream. And he said he didn't know what he would do with that, but he didn't know what pieces of silicon would do for the mainstream either.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ravenstorm back yet? I want to talk about like drones with him.
No, he is not.
That's unfortunate. I think he went to the store anyways, but that's fine.
Did he go to the store for real?
I don't know.
He didn't say anything about a store.
But yeah, so I was able to talk and meet Will and his cute little daughter. And then afterwards, I was wandering around, and then I just kind of wander around, and I see the entire tested crew just hanging out behind a building, getting ready to start shooting some content for the site. And I just freaked out, and I was just I said hi to Norm and Kishore, Kishore Norman Chan, and Kishore Hari. Shout out to those guys, really great people. And I didn't get to say hi to Jeremy. I don't know. I thought I saw Jeremy, but I think he was preoccupied or something. I don't know. I'll try to say hi to him next time I see him. Hopefully we get the chance to.
Hopefully we're best buds next time.
Yes. So yeah, it was really cool to see. One person I was really disappointed to not be able to see, and unfortunately it's out of our control, was Simone Geertz. Simone Geertz, I think is how you pronounce her name. Do you know who she is, Max Taylor?
Nope.
No.
She builds shitty robots. So have you seen those GIFs where like a robot tries to serve a person breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
This lady.
Yes,
Oh.
she's the lady who built those robots. And she recently joined Tested, and she
I
was
didn't know that.
yeah.
Cool.
And she was actually supposed to fly over to the States and actually give a talk at Maker Faire. But unfortunately, her visas didn't finalize before Maker in time. So she was unable to attend, which really sucked because I was actually showing my friend some videos of her, and then my friend got super excited to meet her, and she was just so excited to meet her. And then the next morning, I check on her Twitter, and she's like, "Oh, sorry guys, can't come. Visa issues."
That's a boomer.
Yeah.
You must be a terrorist.
Hey,
And
Ravenstorm.
Ravenstorm's back.
Like it was just like that. It just really sucked. And this is like the 4th time visa issues have blocked people that I want in the country to not be in the country. I think. Other like.
Don't elect Trump for president. He wants to keep everyone out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's quite true.
Oh, afternote
He'll try it.
for later, Ravenstorm. I'll talk to you about that in just a bit too. So, but yeah, we weren't able to meet her or see her give a speech or whatever about making things, which is maybe next time, right? I mean, San Mateo Maker Faire is always it's an annual thing. It is very crowded though, and I foresee it being much more crowded every single year. Which is a good thing and a bad thing, but just really fun stuff all around. Ravenstorm, you'll be pleased to hear, and I think this will get you to come immediately. Come to the Maker Faire immediately.
Yeah, right.
Phrasing. 2 words, Ravenstorm. Drone racing.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
So I just want to point out that Ravenstorm's family issue is that he got a mouthful of food and refuses to actually chew it or eat it. He just wants to keep it in his mouth while he's talking.
Dude, there's so many mouthfuls of food in front of me. Trust me, I don't have time for words.
Got no words, just food. So, yeah, there's drone racing and drone battling. Ravenstorm. We talked about this, right? We talked about drone gladiators.
How did they actually do it?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it because I was eating my freaking falafel.
Was it good falafel?
Damn those Mediterranean people.
Ravenstorm.
Keeping with the trends, I see.
That's a questionable subject right now.
I'm sorry. They're the Balkans. Only the Balkans.
So the yeah, so I guess they were like clashing against each other, and like basically the rule was whoever could keep the other drones down, other person's drone down wins. So pretty standard stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch all of it, so that sucks. So yeah, Maker Faire was freaking amazing. There's a lot of cool statues of things like that breathe fire. I don't think you got to use those for pretty obvious reasons. Yeah, there's like this there's this weird thing that just blew fire out of this, you know, this valve or something, and my friends and I were standing like a good 100, like good 50 to 70 feet away from the thing, and we could still feel the heat when it blew. It was very powerful. It was really cool.
Damn.
But so yeah, so my favorite part was just talking. It was like meeting up with the Tested guys and Will Smith. Sorry, Will, you're not part of Tested technically. So
What was that like? Did you tell them about Data Break?
I did not.
Did you peddle your wares?
I did not peddle my wares. Maybe next time.
Did you want them to see all these humiliating episodes where you mispronounce the name?
I sure hope not. One of these days, perhaps. I don't know. I'll talk. I might talk to Norm next time I see him about it. I don't know.
Nice.
I'll just talk to just podcasting in general. Really, just a podcast talk, talking about podcasts. But anyways, yeah, Maker Faire, freaking amazing. So I brought a couple friends. I didn't ask my other friend about what his favorite thing was, but but one of my friends said that her favorite thing was there's an R2 unit, like an R2, like there's a club dedicated to creating astromech units. So like R2 units, like R2D2, the other types of R2 units, R4D17, whatever. So there's an entire club dedicated to making like these really accurate and working replicas of R2D2. And she was just really like, she really liked that. But the thing was, she was like, oh man, I really want to join this club or something. But then she saw the club photo, and it was all dudes. It was quite the sausage fest. And here's
That's
like
terribly prohibitive for.
There's no Mrs. R2D2.
Right. Well, so here's so like this this brought up a really interesting thing to me. Is like, like people always complain, it's like, why aren't there more women in whatever STEM, blah blah blah. Why aren't there more women in esports, whatever, right? I don't know. This is gonna be a pretty crazy discussion. I apologize in advance.
Do it.
Go for it.
But from what I understand, from her perspective, it's like, why would you want, like, even if they are interested in that subject matter, just like, but if they want to get together with other people, it's all guys, and it's just kind of weird, right? Like they'd feel kind of excluded. They kind of feel kind of odd just joining it. And on the other flip
people
side,
not joining is the barrier to entry to people joining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22 where there's no women joining, so you don't so other women don't see women joining, so they don't join as well. This is a similar issue in esports, right? So I dislike talking about esports, especially
esports.
This is like my two least favorite things to talk about. Not that I dislike either of them.
Women in esports.
I was trying not to say it.
Yeah. This
Ravenstorm is just not holding back.
No, but well, okay.
On eating dinner or talking about offensive.
Here I stand. I can do no other.
So
Jesus Christ.
So every time, like oh jeez, we're out of control today. We're out of control.
Calm down, okay?
No
Mr.
chill.
What drugs are you taking?
I'm done.
I want some.
done.
Okay, we're done. Okay.
Go loft.
Anyways, so
Back to how you hate women, James.
I do not. Guys are horrible people. Horrible.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. We're not giving this discussion the seriousness it deserves. It is.
It's fairly serious. So I frequent the Counter-Strike Global Offensive subreddit almost out of morbid curiosity at this point. And every time there's news about the all women's Counter-Strike teams, like people are always rolling their eyes and like, oh my god, these teams suck. Why are they doing this? Why can't just good women just join, good teams, right? If if you're good enough, you could keep up with the rest of the guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I don't like. I hesitate to say this, but skill is not the issue there. Skill is not the issue there. There are plenty of very good female Counter-Strike players there. I've seen it. There are a lot of talented Counter-Strike players, male or female. But the issue is that right now it's fairly male dominated. So, like, you can't just you can't. I hate saying this because it's so much conjecture, really, and I apologize in advance. But you can't a girl can't just join an esports team and expect to be treated the same as all the other guys.
That is true.
The furthest thing.
Is that actually happened?
No,
no.
No.
Just joining a
Exactly,
high-level
that's
team.
why it doesn't
No,
happen.
no, it doesn't happen. And there's exactly if somebody if a really good female player joined a team like Ninjas in Pajamas or Fnatic or even in the lower tier teams like Cloud9, ooh snap.
Oh my god.
Why? God bless America.
Well, you should not. You've not seen their statistics lately.
God bless America, even in the face of statistics. God doesn't care about statistics.
Anyways, you can't expect that to go unnoticed, really. And it's they just want to do what they do, right? There's no real issue with it, really. So that's why they have these female teams. Is girls actually
the only option.
girls other than me it tells other girls girls other than me play Counter-Strike. That means it's okay for me to play Counter-Strike too. It's kind of a weird thing to say, right? It's is it socially acceptable for girls to play Counter-Strike? And there's all sorts of screwed up things about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not tripping over my words. It's a very delicate subject for a lot of people. So
you're not. All right.
Max just died.
Summarize it.
Yeah.
Basically, esports is by status quo a boys' club. So if a girl tries to join it, they will feel alienated because everyone is going to focus on the fact that they're not a guy, regardless of their skill.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and this applies to all this stuff like STEM, these R2D2 clubs, whatever. And that's the issue, and that's why we have so many programs specifically catered towards girls in joining STEM, doing esports, what have you. It's just to inspire other girls to do the same, really. I mean, it's not just. I'm sorry, that was poor choice of words, but
The problem is, am I supposed to go ahead right
no,
now?
go ahead.
All right.
Before I trip over my words again.
If they continue doing just separation, then they'll always be alienated. They have to find a way to merge the girls program into the main program. Otherwise,
The way to do that is to kick the guy's ass.
It'll always be smaller. Wait, what?
The way to get them to be taken seriously is for them to win. Right?
Yeah.
But if they're not given the chance to win, then
Right.
Well,
I think that Max
girls
is
good
onto
enough to-
something here. I think that what Max is saying partially, and that I'm going to kind of elaborate on, pardon me if I'm
All
wrong,
right.
James. I'm not, I mean Max, is that there needs to be a paradigm shift. There needs to be a cultural reworking of the way the dynamic works in groups between men and women. Because I think that having a unisex, no, not unisex, but a one-sex team, okay, is beneficial to concentration. Because we can't I'm not saying men can't, but I'm saying people of different sexes in close proximity to each other, there are reactions that we cannot control that happen.
Could
And
you
that is
specify that
detrimental.
specifically? That was a very vague sentence.
Huh?
That was a
biologically.
very vague sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, that they're it's slightly distracting. It would be distracting to have a co-ed team and to be to be among
The
a team
motorcycle
of
agrees.
guys, a team of guys with one girl on it, there would be like, it would just be hard. It would be difficult to be the girl, and it would be weird to be one of the guys. You know what I mean?
If it's weird as the guy, you should just fucking grow up. Like, who cares?
We're
Yeah.
talking about esports.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
grows up in esports. That's for damn sure.
That's very true. We're not even being sarcastic here. It's
I don't
you
mean
can-
STEM, by the way. STEM is a whole, like education fields and employment is a whole different thing. But in esports, we're dealing with neckbeards. We understand this.
that is
They
true.
are they are in a very high and refined form neckbeards.
Very well
Like,
paid.
you spend hours a day in front of the screen.
like literally
like
because
video
it's your
games.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. I don't know how we got away from Maker Faire and got into esports.
Because you mentioned it. You talked about
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted
yeah.
to, you wanted to do your
you
piece.
talked about the boys' club, and that
Yeah, yeah.
overlaps with a lot of what we talk about.
Yeah, and like, and another thing that like another good like example of that is cosplay, which is kind of a weird one.
Wait, what? What now?
So
Good
you can-
example.
I didn't hear that.
Cost.
Oh, yeah.
This is because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like there's been a emergence of professional cosplayers. Have you guys heard of these?
Yeah.
It's been around for a while.
Yeah. And I this is all conjecture, unfortunately. But like this is another like a lot of people complain about professional cosplayers, which I don't know.
A lot of people complain about strippers.
I don't think I can't say whether or not they're good or bad. I mean they're probably fine, I would assume. I'm not big into the cosplay scene.
I mean, like, we can't make moral judgments based on the fact that someone is a
professional
cosplayer,
someone makes money off of
right? Like-
cosplaying.
like, yeah, that's not really like.
Mhm.
that's
What's
not
the
really
bad thing
possible.
about it?
Yeah, I don't get what you're getting
They're-
at here.
people
They're just
people complain.
Models, but wearing costumes.
People complain that it's like they're not real nerds or whatever.
Oh my god, dude, that's just
It's
the
very
internet.
bare
These
It's
are
very
internet
bad.
comments.
These are internet
This
comments.
is-
I agree, and
This is not
hopefully no
real
one really
people.
believes this. Yes, they're not real
There's
people.
a weird subculture in
Except
games that
unfortunate-
wants the only people to play games to be like the most realist gamers ever, which is a level that's not like a thing in reality, but it's just to try and keep everyone else that's not part of their the
like the
hardcore
KKK.
gamers
What's-
forever out of it.
I
Oh,
actually
these damn casual gamers, they're not real gamers.
No, here's the
Oh,
funny
these-
thing.
these
Here's the-
cosplayers aren't real gamers.
Here's the funny thing. I actually read a thread the other day where someone actually seriously used the term casual pleb. Like they seriously used it like in a serious way, and I was like, no way, he actually said it. He
did it.
He did it. And I couldn't believe it. It was really funny. Anyways,
Madman.
yeah. But it's a similar thing where if you as long like if you encourage everyone to to do cosplay or be expressive about their fandom or whatever, I think that's fine. Right?
I don't think that expressing your fandom is a particularly healthy thing in general. Like, just keep it to yourself.
Well, no,
I don't need
for
no,
Comic-Con and all that, like for that stuff. Like
no, but
I'm
but
totally with Ravenstorm here, but
the thing is, like, I think you're thinking of the Tumblr-esque, like, SJW, like, fat girls should cosplay too sort of thing. And I think that it just promotes cosplay in general as some sort of, like, high art form when it's not.
I don't think
All
it's a
it
high
is
art
people
form.
dressing
It's a
up in
hobby.
costumes
It's a hobby.
And
It's
taking
brand
themselves
engagement.
way too seriously.
It's a hobby.
Well,
It's
once
just like
they start
Yes,
making
but
money,
they take it way too seriously. There should, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it, and your body image or whatever, like, or your gamer status or whatever it is, shouldn't keep you from doing what you want to do.
exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't keep sensible people from doing what they want to do. It only keeps people who lurk on the internet all day from doing what they want to do because they're afraid that they're going to get out there and fail at whatever they want to do. And so they just watch other people do what they want to do and pass judgment and silently do nothing and resume their job.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I agree with that. I
Um,
agree with that. That seems fairly reasonable.
I guess.
I mean,
I lost my train of thought halfway through. Don't worry about it.
You're
that's,
saying that
that's what I
internet
figured.
culture is just judging
Bad.
people for doing what they want to do, no matter what the fuck it is.
It's
Yes.
toxic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
toxic.
anything to
Yes.
change.
I think I
And,
think
and it's just like having an like it's gone from having an opinion is valuable to reacting to something is valuable.
Reactions
what I
aren't
mean?
Yeah,
opinions.
or reacting to reacting. It
Oh.
seems right now.
that's
Mm-hmm. It's
that's what we're doing, technically.
True.
We're discussing.
we're discussing.
We're dis-
No,
Okay.
no. We
original
are
ideas across.
reacting. Our discussion is a form of reaction right now.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. I apologize again for bringing this topic to such a terrible topic to talk about sometimes. And
No,
don't think you should
Some
apo- I
things
don't
have
think
to be
you
Don't
should
discussed.
apologize for
for
bringing up
this.
touchy issues.
yeah,
dude,
okay.
that's
That's
not
fair.
journalistic.
That's very
If
true.
we
very
continue
true.
avoiding touchy subjects,
Very
then
true.
we will never get around to actually figuring out what the problem is with a touchy subject.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a good exercise in me addressing a touchy subject. So yeah,
Good job, James. We're all proud of you.
thanks guys. It means a lot.
You're welcome.
Anyway, fuck those guys.
Basically, internet commenters suck. A lot.
It's not
Actually-
the thing is like
Exhibit
That voice-
378.
Yeah.
the voice of the internet commenter is the same voice as the TV personality or like the celebrity. Like this is the voice that we have present all the time for like people
Like
who
they
are
may not be
literally
they may not be
browse the
actual
internet.
they may not be actual popular opinions, but people still read
No,
them.
but but people who have no sense of self like how important they are.
Who
and
can't
how
think for
important their opinion
themselves.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go out on the internet and tell everyone what you think. It's great.
Yeah. Because people who can't think
No
for
one will-
themselves will absorb it, and then that's not a good thing.
Right, it's just like it's a part of the culture too, like it's just like a part of the culture like porn site ads are a part of the culture. You know what I mean?
What?
Do you know what I mean? Like
It's just something you deal with on the internet, basically.
It's something you deal with on the internet. It's
Okay.
or pop-ups or like just spam, like ads at the top of the page, just whatever. It's always just you have to wade through the shit.
Yes, I think the moral of the story is that you have to take the internet with a grain of salt sometimes.
Yep, and like
Always.
I think
actually.
that a lot of the times they talk about like this person reacted to something. Well, who mentioned Gamergate the other day
Someone mentioned
Got
Gamergate
it.
the other
I
day.
don't think we have
in the
mentioned-
chat? In the chat. He said-
I think I
So I think that's relevant to what we've been talking about.
I made a facetious comment, which was it's like if a teacher tells the internet commenter to write an essay on I don't know, Mark Twain, then they'll just like, nah, I don't want to do it, and they'll just put something half-assed out, like all of us will. But if they want to write an essay about
I
how
like Mark Twain.
but
Show off.
Anyway, go on.
but if the teacher asks the internet commenter to write about why the damn girls are getting in our video games and they're taking away our video games, then they'll instantly write a 20-page essay. Because people get very agree or disagree. People will get very heated about this topic. And that
Not
was
people I
my
want
point.
to talk to.
I mean, we're talking about it right now. It's really
Yeah, I mean, the people that are going to write that
I'm
20-page
heated about
essay.
people who are heated
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
Yeah, I
Yes.
guess
So-
in that way that it is a reaction, like Max is saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Max, once again, you're right. God
Curse
damn,
you,
you're right.
Max. Why do you have to be right?
Clinical accuracy.
Oh, wait, about what again?
Us reacting
Us
to reactions.
Reacting and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
But-
we are reacting to us
In-
reacting. to
in
reacting.
conclusion, your friend should have joined that R2D2 club.
Yes.
Uh,
She should have, and she would have been a great example for young girls everywhere who couldn't make up their mind.
yeah. But I mean,
What about the
That's-
first black students in white schools? They had to have balls, and there were enough people so that a few people had the balls.
I mean, the apparently the R2D club wasn't all guys. There was like one girl there, one woman
But
there.
she
But
could have saved the
Was she
girl
hairy
from-
like a man though? Was the testosterone flowing?
You can't avoid
It
it.
brings out testosterone like building R2D2 robot.
Dude, have you ever built an R2 unit? Have you ever done repairs on an R2 unit?
Masculine, that masculine scream from R2. nothing brings out the testosterone like that R2D2 scream. Let me tell you. Anyways, yeah. That was
And
Maker
we-
Faire.
and his
I
mask-
scrubbed my unit hard. I scrubbed my
Oh.
unit hard, and then I get to
okay.
see images of the princess.
I thought you saw images of the princess first, and then you scrub your unit hard.
No. That's not how it happened in the movie. That's not how it happened in the movie.
Okay, Ravenstorm.
That was a good job, James. I like that.
You're welcome. I told you, I'm getting,
serious
I'm-
tangent.
I'm getting better. Yeah. So.
fine.
Maker Faire again. Okay, so regardless of what I said, Maker Faire is really awesome, and you should all go to it. Everyone should go to it. Everyone should bring their families. It's a very family-friendly event, I think. Aside from people wearing shirts with profanity on it, which is well within their
extended
rights.
family?
If you
I don't.
your
I don't.
extended family,
If you like your extended family, yes, that's a
it's a
good.
weird question.
That's a good. That's
So I
a
bring my neighbor's dog, James.
sure. I mean, I don't know if they have a good place for pets. To be honest, I don't know if
Well,
they
I
have
don't know
pets.
if my neighbor wants.
We need to inspire dogs to make R2D2 robots.
Yeah, dude. There's no that. The reason dogs aren't in STEM
women make
fields is because
R2D2
there's not enough dogs in STEM fields. We need
If
to
women make
encourage
R2D2
dogs.
robots, what's next? Dogs making R2D2 robots?
That's terrible.
Terrible.
It's like the 80s right now.
It's slippery slope of R2D2 robots.
It's all R2D2's all the way down.
And you
I
know
think
it's
this
slippery
is-
slope because R2D2 slipped on that oil slick in Star Wars Episode 1.
Hey, what? Wait, no. Okay, let's have a word about this, Taylor. You can't talk about episode 1 ever. Do you know why? Do you know why?
I think you're going to tell me.
I think, yeah, I am. Okay, because before we went to watch Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens, okay, we did a Star Wars marathon. It was me, Taylor, Sam Kerfoot,
8 other dudes.
It's other dudes.
This is what I'm talking about!
Not enough women there because there weren't enough women there. Anyway,
Oh God,
so-
I'm deleting this podcast.
Anyway,
All the women were off making R2D2 robots.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
exactly.
we are
Anyway,
just
so we were
awful.
we were
This is
we were
bad.
gonna watch
This
this from
is
beginning
bad.
to end, and what happened is that Taylor insisted that we do not watch episode 1. That movie was not seen at that Star Wars marathon viewing. We
So I can't-
specifically excluded it.
I can't make a reference to it.
You cannot make a
You
reference.
have no right.
Okay.
You did not like it enough to watch it and laugh with us. You did not like it. You
Just the
sacrificed
worst.
a valuable moment, a possible valuable moment in your life, just because you personally thought the movie was trash. And you know what? I think it's trash too.
There's not,
Trash I would have enjoyed with you.
there's not really, like, multiple opinions on that movie. It's pretty unanimous.
Wait, it is?
Well, are you counting 9-year-olds?
Does anyone like episod 1?
Are you counting 9-year-olds or
Oh.
not? Are you counting
I
I
don't
was
know.
9-year-olds?
children who've never seen any stars before that came out.
Cause of pod racing, dude.
Now
this
this
pod
is
racing.
pod racing.
This is podcasting.
Now this.
this
Oh
is-
god, that's the episode title.
Now this
Right
is
there.
podcast.
Right there. Bam. Balls to the wall.
Title of this
is
podcast
cancer.
episode is.
This episode is just cancer throughout.
No.
That's fine.
I don't think
I'm
so.
enjoying myself a
I
lot.
think this is already shaping up to be one of our better episodes.
Yeah, I just said cancer.
It has Maker Faire in it, so it's okay. I like Maker Faire, guys. I
Me and
really like
Ravenstorm
it.
are fine talking about random shit for 10 hours straight and being offensive, so it's fine with us.
Speaking of which, it's almost been an hour, so I think it's time we move on. As much as I'd like to talk about Maker Faire, more about Maker Faire,
Right.
it's yes. Okay.
alright.
So yeah, Maker Faire is fun. Bring your kids, bring your family. Everyone will come away with something new to talk about, and it's so good. Also, stickers, lots of stickers, and I don't know how to pilot robots apparently. So I'm very bad at piloting robots apparently.
So
Okay.
now we know that in case of an apocalypse situation
Don't pick me.
where no.
Are you assuming it's a robot apocalypse?
No. We're assuming that he
Or the
needs to drive
stickers
a
are
robot.
important in the apocalypse.
No.
It's like bottle caps in Fallout, where you just sit
Yeah.
by and sell stickers.
I have a Raspberry Pi sticker. It's awesome.
Is it okay? The day
That'll
that
get you
a
3
Raspberry
eggs in the
Pi,
apocalypse.
a Raspberry Pi is a sticker. We can get that computing power in a sticker.
It's a
That's gonna be
raspberry
good
sticker.
day.
it's just a sticker. No, it's just like a face.
also a good
It's a
day
face
when
making
you-
that sound, like sticking its tongue out, and
When
then
you get a raspberry sticker,
yeah,
that's a good day.
it is. It is a good day. I really enjoyed myself that day. So, Maker Faire is great. Again, I cannot stop recommending it. Also, you get to meet some really cool people. I talked
You
to.
cannot stop recommending.
I must keep recommending it.
That's all. This is gonna be the rest of this
It's
podcast.
in my
You
programming.
cannot. Okay, we need to stage an intervention then. That his subconscious is hinting at us.
The intervention is that we need to talk about something else, and that something
Okay.
else is
Google phones, I guess.
Google I/O happened this week. Thank you, Max. And they announced.
Oh, sorry.
Taylor just scoffed so hard that like his rubber duck.
I was doing my R2D2 scream impression.
That was a really bad impression.
Good job.
He's broken again. So one of the big announcements is that Google is starting to really get into VR. So they have launched a VR platform called Daydream, which is it's VR, and you have like so Max you have an Android VR device, right? You have
but it might not be. But it's not going to be the same VR. The Google's new VR is a separate headset.
Will it be
So-
compatible with your phone, do you think?
Probably. My phone is already powerful enough to have Gear VR, so it should be powerful enough once it gets the new update.
Good. So yeah, they're also releasing standards for this, so it helps. They also Google also announced so Google also announced like messaging apps. Okay, so this is a good time for me to rant about messaging, right?
Oh yeah, you were. Go ahead. Yeah.
Because if I'm not
Let's do
ranting
about
enough.
this.
So
Rants
yeah,
are fun.
Rants are fun. The rants is fun. So SMS and MMS need to die. They need to die, like as soon as possible. And we need to come up with a new standard for internet-based messaging. That's the bottom line. Because okay.
iMessage.
That's the funny thing. Yes. So this past week, two of my friends have iPhones. I do not have an iPhone. Additionally, I get very spotty coverage where I work. I get little to no signal at work. And I am in a group text with these two friends. So they'll text. So sometimes, how it works, I believe. God, please someone correct me. I wish we had enough fans so they could just tear me apart. Really. I think what happens in regular SMS is that if you get a text and you don't have signal, the next time you have signal, you will get that text. But in group text, you're not getting regular SMS. You're getting something called MMS, which works a little differently. The issue with MMS is that the phone will tell you that you have received a message, but you cannot load that message. It is like the ultimate tease. It is the ultimate tease.
It's only on Android?
It might be on iOS. I'm not sure.
I've been in group messages where not everyone has Android with my iPhone, and I've never seen. Whenever I see a message, the message is there. It's never telling me that there is a message. Unless I have the message.
Yeah, must be. This makes me more angry. So
Because
it could be my crap
Apple's
carrier too.
inflexible.
Everyone's being inflexible here, I think. So basically, the problem was, I received a group text, right? And then my phone said, "You have a group text, or you have an MMS message." And then I'm like, "Okay, can I see the message?" And the phone's like, "Let me get it for you." Nope, I can't get it for you. I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll go to somewhere where there's signal, and then maybe I'll get that message." I try again. Nope, can't get that message. Sorry, dude. I'm like, okay, let me go. What is
You say, okay, Google.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Google.
So basically, what happens is that there's some group messages that I will get that are forever lost. I will never get them, and that is the most infuriating thing ever. And so and some I don't know how important that text is either, so it's so frustrating. And I'm not gonna I don't wanna tell someone hey, can we use Facebook Messenger instead? It's just not good. That's just no, right? Because no one wants to use multiple messaging apps like I do. Please, I use so many messaging apps. By the way, I use text. I use Signal, private messenger. I use Telegram, which is a different messenger. I use Facebook Messenger. I use Steam. It's bad. Anyways,
I use Confide, Signal, and I don't think I use Steam often enough to.
I use Steam very often, but
count. And Facebook Messenger. I use Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger is probably my most used.
It's the best feature that Facebook has.
Yes, I agree.
It is.
I agree. That's the one good thing about Facebook, I think.
Hey, how about Discord?
I haven't used it, unfortunately.
I've heard that at least for even doing calls, it sounds better than Skype. I don't know, but
well, we should compare one of these days. I want to see. Anyway, so basically, okay, so back to my rant. Basically, SMS, MMS are outdated, and we need to have an open standard for all phones to have internet-based messaging. So I don't care. I almost want Google to just bite the bullet and say, Apple, how much for iMessage? How much do we have to pay you to get iMessage on
Android?
Mm-hmm.
Android wouldn't let that happen.
I don't think
Right.
Apple will let it happen. I think Apple wants to sell iPhones.
True.
And
Apple
iMessage
wants
is
everything to be proprietary.
and Apple wants, and that's well within their rights. That's fine.
I've
But
been
I'm-
thinking about the Apple versus Android thing lately, and I've been thinking that Apple might be a little bit better.
I honestly I've had several I'm pretty sure several times a week I think, man, I wish I had an iPhone because of almost 100% because of iMessage, because I don't want to deal with text messages, and all my friends have iPhones.
I want it because I can program in Swift, and Swift is a hell of a language.
Is it now?
It's really powerful for app development.
I haven't used it yet, so.
You need an iPhone.
No, well, there we go.
Oh, boy.
Or a MacBook or whatever, but we all know which one's cheaper. Yeah, so I just wish we could just have a very unified messaging platform. I just want to send someone smoke signals without interference.
Mm-hmm.
With that out of the way, okay, go ahead.
Countries, at least South Korea, nearly the entire population uses an app called KakaoTalk, which is an internet messaging app. There's very few people who ever use actual text messages. So
Outside of the U.S., most people use something like WhatsApp or Viber, or there's some other one too. I forget.
we're basically behind somehow.
The North America is rather behind.
There's just so many of us. It's hard to unify everything.
That is true.
But there's also so many of other non-American people though that are using WhatsApp.
Well, you're talking about a country like South Korea that is far less people than the United States.
I'm talking
And
about
it's a much smaller country.
I'm also talking about Europe too.
I'm sorry, Ravenstorm. My grammatical
Transgressions.
I'm also talking about almost all of Europe, where most people use WhatsApp and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's that too. Anyways, so with that rant out of the way, I don't know where I was going with that. The point is that we need a unified messaging platform, right?
We need a unified internet. We need to set up a peer-to-peer network across the country so that all our citizens can have open access to internet.
Isn't that the internet?
No, because that's owned by telecoms
Oh, I see what you mean.
and not taxpayers.
Anyways,
you mean one without the middleman?
Yes.
right.
Where each town locally pays for its own little, section.
Some people are gonna have some serious tabs then.
Anyways, so without that rant about messaging out of the way, Google has a new messaging app, and it's not a replacement for iMessage or whatever. So, yay for that.
I heard they also released a phone that's modular, but it isn't modular.
Yes and yes.
It's more like attaching accessories than modular at the current stage.
At the current stage, you can only swap out like what, camera and battery.
Yeah, you can't actually remove the phone part from it. So
Yeah, I mean, I would probably guess that if I were to have a modular phone, I would be okay with having a base model with the CPU and RAM, and then everything else is something I put together myself. Like if I want to upgrade my camera, I could get a nicer camera. If I want to upgrade my battery, I could get a bigger battery. I think that'd be cool. If I want more storage, I could add more storage. I think that would be
Gotta
cool.
get those graphics cards.
Just giant, attach a graphics card to your phone. Yeah,
It's like the size of the whole phone.
yeah.
16 gigabytes.
Hey,
of GDDR.
phones are getting pretty big, you know.
true. Maybe too big.
Yeah. You know, you don't want to talk,
Not
right,
this
Max?
again. Not this again. Let's not go here.
Okay.
In your small phone.
So Apple,
Small phone club.
Google is small hands. So Google is also announced. Do you guys know of Amazon Alexa?
No.
Yeah.
Amazon Alexa. Taylor, you could explain it probably. Yeah, you definitely explain it.
You're probably better than me.
It's basically
I trust-
Amazon.
Siri.
Amazon. Yeah, it's basically Siri in a Bluetooth speaker, and apparently it's really good.
It's a fun little tube.
It's a fun little tube. It's my favorite fun little tube.
is.
Yeah, and apparently it's very useful, and a lot of people really like it. Google is making a competitor to that, I guess.
I'll totally go with the Google one. I trust Google over Amazon any day.
You're doing your brand loyalty.
Dude, Alphabet Incorporated is going to rule the world. Someday.
So
Literally,
his loyalty will be rewarded.
yeah, my loyalty will be rewarded in the afterlife because Google's the one who's going to bring about the singularity. Like, I'm gonna have like
Google's
Origins
gonna create
edition.
heaven, so if you die and you're
Origins
loyal to
edition
Google,
of yes, exactly.
This is a good
Getting
time
all the
to.
perks.
This is a good time to segue into that video we saw earlier this week. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
It's called Hyper Reality. Have you seen it,
I
Ravenstorm?
have not seen it,
I
but I
posted
think
it on
I've
the group
seen.
message.
I think I've seen. I didn't check. I didn't watch the video.
It's a pretty cool video about it's like about augmented reality.
It's like dystopian augmented reality
Yeah,
potentials of how it could go terribly awry.
It's made.
Overloading you with everything. Sorry for interrupting you.
No. You're good. You're good. It's made by Keiichi Matsuda. I think he's based in Brazil. I would like to think. Although I'm
They're
not sure.
speaking Spanish in the video.
I think
so
that. Oh,
I don't know. It's in Brazil.
it's Portuguese in Brazil, so maybe not then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's this cool video on augmented reality, and like the premise is that everyone in the future is obsessed with their points. These just kind of like arbitrary points that have no real meaning, and they just value it a lot. And this lady is like, her life sucks, but she has a lot of points, so she refused to let go of her life, as in restart her life, not killing herself.
Right.
So like, and it's just like a lot of hyper advertisement, just sensory
The most
overload,
augmented
basically.
reality. It's
Yeah,
hyper-reality, where-
yeah. There's just things everywhere, notifications, data just flying at your face, like quite literally everywhere. It's
and
really
the
cool.
gamification stuff is very, very prevalent in like large businesses.
Uh-huh.
You guys know about that gamification of like trying to influence
Yeah.
or entice employees to do better using like points
Loyalty points.
Not just companies, even governments, like especially China, with
Yes,
makes it. Yeah.
their
Have
credit.
you heard about this?
Yeah. Have you guys heard about? I guess the Chinese government has this, like, are implementing a kind of like a, what is it? A credit based system. As in, like, it kind of, it kind of reminds me of our U.S. government kind of has that too, I guess, like credit score.
In this case, it's public on not just your money, but everything you are. Everything you do goes into some sort of ranking, and even meeting dates. Like, the program would see what you do, what you like, regardless of whatever you tell it, and then try to match you with someone else, and it only goes down from there.
And it will have an effect on like your credit score and all that stuff.
I think we talked about this in the podcast.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it before. So
it's like the Chinese citizen score thing.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Yes, it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but it's on a weirder scale for this.
It seems to be more corporate.
Yeah,
I think I've seen a clip of this in WebM format. Does it have a guy on a bus at any point with a bunch of
it's a woman in a bus.
Okay. Yep,
there's not enough women on. There's not enough guys on bus.
Oh,
we're not going down that path.
Not enough half Filipino, half white people in the media. I feel underrepresented. I'm going to go to the highest court in the land and make sure that there is representation for me and my people.
The highest court in the land is me, and then you're already on this podcast, so you're well represented.
That is
nice.
True. I am perfectly well represented on this podcast, and I insist
you
on
more.
my entitlement to be represented in all media for everyone, because
there has to be one. There has to be one half Filipino, half white person in everything.
Yep.
Does that include execution videos? Because I don't think you want to be on there.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you mean? Hey, are you implying
You said
that
you
my
wanted to
people,
be in all
Are you
videos.
implying that my people can't handle a beheading?
No, I'm talking about you, Ray. So you said you wanted to be in all videos.
I want to be represented, so I can have a stunt double do it. As long as people think it's me, that's just fine.
So,
Poor son.
hyper-reality
You can kill a man. You can't
Hyper-reality is
gamification of everything was especially terrifying for me because
it's
very
so real. It's so real.
And it's like
Reddit?
to the point where she's going to a grocery store and she turns on a thing where it's like she has a little dog, like a fake dog in her cart.
God,
if you buy this, your dog will get like extra treats in your cart and stuff like that.
Oh God, it was horrible.
Yeah, and then there's no one's actually talking to each other in any way. Everything's like zero person like person
Interaction.
Interaction.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the word.
It was.
But it's in every single part of society where at the end she decides she wants to restart her life and she goes to a church and it says like swipe to start and she swipes left and then down making a cross with her hand and then it immediately says you are now level 1 Catholic. It's like fuck, every single thing in this society is destroyed by this and there's no way to escape it. And the coolest thing, just coolest like futuristic dystopian things, kind of a neat
We call that
idea,
cyberpunk.
is cyberpunk. Thank you. I'm just bad at finding the exact right word today. Cyberpunk thing is that they have such specific biometrics about her that someone steals her identity by stabbing her and taking a blood sample, and they steal her identity from that.
Yeah. They take all of her
It was
points.
It's cool and scary and insanely well done.
I think the scariest the scariest thing was that like when she was trying to get help from like she was getting hacked or something, or like she was about to like I don't know, there's something wrong with her, and like the only thing she thought was like are my points safe? Are my points safe? Like,
Yeah.
do I still have my points? And that's all
Because
all she seemed to care about, and I was just like oh dear. It was very cool though. It was a very cool video, and I thought it was kind of telling of of where just where we're going. Maybe, hopefully not.
I think it's telling of how we perceive ourselves at this point. Like, because let me tell you about this. So I was at a friend's house the other day, and I was with 3 other. The strangest thing I just realized, like it just hit me really hard. It was that everyone in the room except for me was playing a game on their smartphone, and that everyone in the room except for me was playing a different game on their smartphone and not talking to each other. And I just thought that was the most strange, bizarre thing I'd ever seen.
Together,
Like-
but separate.
Yeah, and like everyone's being friendly with each other, but like they're not interacting with each other. There's no causal link. It's just like acknowledgement of your presence while you play a game. Really weird.
They might as well be coworkers and not friends.
Yep. It's very, 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 very strange, and
Scary stuff.
I've gotten
I think
that experience too.
yeah, no, I think that like when I went to see a couple of my favorite groups, Polyphia and Sean, in Seattle, I was at the concert and I was looking around and I was noticing that a lot of the girls who attended the concert weren't looking at the stage or the performers or jamming to the music like we were, but rather looking at their phones and texting people
Recording it.
and recording it. And I'm just like, I don't understand that.
Was it only girls or?
It was okay. Let me tell you that the recording was half and half.
Okay,
The texting was, I would say, 90% girls.
that's odd.
They're like just head down, staring at the phone, still as a brick.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was just like, it neuters the experience. They must not be having as good a time as I am.
I
They
must
think they are.
I must confess. I must confess that during my time at Maker Faire, like a good amount of my excitement, not all of it, far from all of it, was like taking the pictures with the tested crew and just like I was just so excited to share with you guys because I couldn't get it off the camera I was using. I was just like I had to wait until I got home, and I was so excited to like share it with you guys, and that was like part of the excitement, just being able to share it with you guys.
And oh, by the way, that the dude with the beard, Will, that's totally the dude that I saw at Day of the Devs.
You guys saw Will?
I got within 10 feet of that guy.
Yeah, he was there.
You guys did you talk to Will, Taylor?
I didn't talk to him.
I just saw him. I was just like, wow, that's cool.
Taylor again.
I don't know anything about it. So.
When we go to Tested, hopefully Will's there, and we need to do a thing. We need to do a thing with him.
I don't think that's not appropriate
Texted
for
X
that.
data break.
Oh my god.
No, it's not that.
Good
It's just. Never mind.
I would like to make a comment on the concert thing. It seems that a lot of people, and especially East Asia, and from what I've seen, are more obsessed with sharing with the fact that they were at a place or at an event than actually experiencing the event. Like, so other people, let's say, they get the gratification of showing other people that they were there, but if they don't experience it, then there is no magic. You might as well be looking at the picture.
You are gratifying a different part of your brain.
And I don't think that it's the right part to gratify.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's extremely unhealthy, but it's very widely promoted, and I think that that's kind of what this video seems to be commenting on. That there's an increasing like Taylor was saying, like the gamification thing, and there's an increasing isolation in society where the public view of you is becoming more significant than your view of you, than what you need, what you like, the things that matter to you. It's just being signed off to whatever culture says or whatever culture does. And right now, it's all making it just so easy, and it's like ever present, and you can't get away from that, indulging that part of you.
Yeah, and it's part of like what humans are. Like we're social creatures. We want to be accepted by our peers, so that's what we do. It's not unjustified. I mean,
it's kind of a creative thing. You're telling a story. You're sharing with someone. That is
Right.
a deep and very, very beautiful human need.
right.
But
I
think
talked
it
about
is
the.
squandered. Go ahead.
It's like I talked about the app, Beam. You guys remember that? For a
Yes,
little bit?
yes.
That
We were
one?
gonna talk
Yeah.
about that this week. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the sharing without interrupting is crucial in that. I'm guessing Ravenstorm didn't listen, so I should explain what it is briefly again. It's a social media app where you share video, but there's a censor bar on the top of your iPhone and Android phones where you have to cover that sensor bar, and then the screen goes black, and it records until you take it off that sensor bar. So it's sharing what you're doing, which is that need to share, like you talked about,
witness. That is interesting.
without interrupting you or anyone else around you being interrupted. It's just, this is what's happening, this is my perspective, and there's no editing process. It's just automatically uploaded. There's no editing, there's no way to manipulate your perspective.
Other than
There's no way
timing. Other than timing.
What do you mean other than timing?
It's like if you like, well.
Oh yeah. It's not like I'm sitting at my Facebook and say, "Look, guys, I'm on Facebook."
Yeah, it's like the timing is another important thing. It's like if you do it at the right time, you know, it's like.
I like that. I like that idea.
I wish I liked to use social media so I could use that. But I downloaded it and it's like, oh, I don't care about showing people my day-to-day life, and then deleted it, even though I respect the ethos so hardcore.
It's like a very literal slice of life. Oh.
I like the idea.
And it's really clever because it's beam, B-E-M-E. It's spelled like that.
Ah.
That's cool.
Nice.
That is clever.
That is very
And then the
clever.
verb, I'm going to beam something, is fun to say.
I'm gonna beam me something.
Beam.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, so for the concert example, you just put it up to your chest, and then you see a picture of the concert or a video of the concert for 4 seconds.
Oh.
And then you put it back in your pocket, and it's fine.
Oh, speaking of which, there's a funny. Well, that's kind of what people do in Snapchat, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they are interrupting it because they are looking through the screen. They are experiencing the event through the screen.
Oh, you just instead of
instead of
just,
experiencing the event.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they have filters and shit to write on it. You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's still a lengthy process, even though it's designed to be
Guilty.
pretty quick.
Guilty. I saw something clever where there's this guy. He had like a necklace for his phone. It was like a necklace, like case for his phone, and like he had a little camera lens on top of his phone lens, and it was just like resting on his chest. So like I guess he could like kind of record whatever he was doing on his phone without having to hold it. It was like a necklace, but for your phone, or or a harness, I guess, like a baby harness. For your phone.
My phone is my baby.
That's kind of funny.
It looked kind of funny. I thought it was kind of clever actually as well. It's like you don't have to deal with it, and you get to do like that cool like POV time lapse thing where you're walking around Maker Faire. Yeah. Other news this week. Overwatch is set to come out next week, and I am desperately waiting for it to come out. All I have been doing is I am very hyped for it. I'm definitely picking it up.
Who are you maining as?
May.
There's no May.
May.
It's pointless.
May is Bay. No, I like to play whoever.
But he plays mostly.
No,
May.
I know you like.
And Farah.
So I
And Farah.
guess what character has brought you the most joy to play? I guess is what I'm asking.
Oh, that's
in a broad perspective.
Oh man, that's a really interesting question.
That to me is the measure of video game gameplay. Does it give me joy?
That is a really interesting question because I like playing May and I really like playing Farah because they're very effective players. Yeah. They're very effective players, but at their core, they're not super fun to play. They're still fun to play, but they're not as I'm just having a ball type fun.
Roadhog for me.
Roadhog's really fun. I really like playing Roadhog.
I love hooks.
I actually like. I know it's a little cliche, but I really like playing Tracer. I just like bouncing around the map like that.
That's
a lot
I
of
was
fun.
Actually gonna. I was actually gonna talk about that. It is Tracer because of that mechanic, and Farah because of the flight mechanic.
And like I think also the rewind for Tracer is really fun to use.
Nutty, just nutty. Like that's something that I've never seen in a game before.
Have you guys
That's
seen?
something I've never played.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, huh? I've never seen someone where you could rewind because like people are just so worried about balance. People are so worried about balance, right? What's really? Did you guys see that GIF on the Overwatch subreddit where Reinhardt rams Tracer off a cliff, and she just rewinds back, and then Reinhardt's just jumping off a cliff.
Loops, so it's an endless cycle.
I thought that was also really clever.
I saw a play of the game where Reinhardt did a his ultimate, and then
Uh-huh.
he pinned all four, like just 4 players off the enemy team, knocked them all off a cliff. That's amazing to me.
Well, no, Reinhardt pins people to the ground, so he's just his ability, his regular E ability or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I like pushing up people off cliffs too. That's fun. Always good stuff. Yeah. Again, I'm really excited for Overwatch. What were the statistics on that again, Taylor?
9.7 million open beta players.
With the average playtime being 8 hours, which is crazy.
Yeah, and the 3 most played characters are Soldier 76, of course, since he's the most
He's
standard.
COD. He's COD.
Yeah, he's COD. Mercy, because someone has to play as the dedicated medic, and she has revive ability. And I forgot the third guy. Who was it?
Widowmaker.
Was it
Of course, because snipers.
Yes.
Because everyone likes to play snipers, even though they suck at them.
That's really surprising, actually. I didn't expect so many people to be playing that. What would you, like, Taylor? If you were to guess who the 3 most played characters were?
Bastion.
I know Bastion wasn't as popular as you assumed.
Well, what would you
It
think
was
though?
We only assumed
Didn't he just say who they were?
Yeah, but like, just like if like, what would you guess it to be? Assuming it wasn't those.
If we didn't see the list.
I guess I should.
Bastion and Reinhardt and Diva.
Ooh.
I would have said Hanzo, Widowmaker, and
I'm with Max. That's what I would have thought.
because from what I've played, a ton of people play Widowmaker and Hanzo, regardless of how good they are with precision weapon.
I'd probably say Diva, Tracer, and I want to say May or
Question.
Roadhog.
Question: Which
Yeah.
do your lists of expected firsts correlate with your lists of things you played?
Okay, so
No.
or are we talking
No,
about?
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like playing May. I like playing Tracer, actually. What was the third one? I don't know. But I mean, they're not my most played characters.
Mhm.
I mostly play Pharah, to be honest.
Yeah, because Ferris Bay.
Pharah is May.
Justice reigns from and then you die.
Yeah.
Have you guys been watching those shorts, the Overwatch shorts?
I've only seen the one with Genji and Hanzo.
I saw
Those
that
are
one
very
too.
well done. Those are
They're-
very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well
And
animated.
it takes
and then
place on the actual map.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just
It's like deep lore. Deep lore.
it's just the TF2 videos.
Yeah. Meet the
Yep.
medic or whatever. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Except there's less hype and it's just it's they have
There's
a
more
better
hype in
story.
Overwatch, I think.
Well, I mean, like,
Think so?
there will never be as much hype as the TF2 Pyro video, of course.
No, that's true. That one was. The hype was like people wouldn't shut up about it for the first.
That's what
year.
hype is.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other news you guys want to talk about? I'm a little short. I was a
It's
little
okay,
busy
we're-
this week.
We're running a
We
little
got
long anyway.
we got plenty of
Yeah.
time
Yeah. Okay.
in the drain. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I guess it's time to move on to what we've been checking out this week. So yeah, what have you guys been playing, consuming, producing, etc.? God, I gotta name for that segment. Testing
after
this
you
week.
just, like showed how much you love Tested, and then you really just bring it home by saying the exact same thing they do.
Yeah. Sorry, Norm.
Who are you directing this question to? You need to. be
Yes.
directing
Yes.
the
Max.
question.
Max. What even?
He's a really laid back host. We're just gonna like,
Max, you finished finals. You have
It's
time.
Anarchy.
how's
It's
it
anarchy.
hanging?
Guys. Yeah. Max.
Yes.
Max. You're done with finals now. What have you been
Yes.
spending your post-finals time with?
Dark Souls 3 and memes. I'm so sorry. But
Oh, boy.
yeah, just really Dark
Oh.
Souls 3.
Oh shit! What?
Actually. What? Oh God.
It's that boy.
Okay. So Okay. Also, at Maker Faire, I saw a really cool thing. It was like the area designated for young makers. So it was specifically designated for kids and kids making things, and inspiring kids. And there was this wall of chalk where people could write whatever they want, and it was, what would you make, like.
Oh God.
And then people were just like, I want to make something that will create world peace or end war. And then, yeah, someone wrote dank memes on it.
Oh my God, which ones?
Huh? They just wrote.
They just wrote the word.
They wrote dank memes. Like, what would you make? Dank memes.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. That out of the way. What else have you been checking out?
So on that subject though, have you guys seen footage of the Powerpuff Girls reboot? Because I've been hearing a ton of complaints
I have
because
not.
it has memes that are older than the target demographic. Remember those reaction faces and all of those?
No.
Rage comic?
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Oh, yeah, they're having that even though the target demographic is too young to even know those.
Okay, we're stopping now. We're stopping.
Is this not produced by the folks who did My Little Pony?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, was My Little Pony on Cartoon Network?
I just remember I just remember that Powerpuff Girls was done by the same dude who did Samurai Jack and the Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated like.
This is not the same guy.
Right, it's not. Okay, yeah. So, oh God, I can't imagine. I was never a fan of the initial series, so I can't like actually say.
Same here, but I've heard that the original series at least had some depth to it. This is just
bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully the
Brash?
Samurai superficial.
Okay.
Hopefully
Okay.
the Samurai Jack reboot will actually be following the original show.
The guy's coming back. The
Yeah.
GT's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't really been doing anything. I've been looking at a bunch of footage and music to reboot my show. Oh God! Now that I'm talking about bad reboots,
maybe you shouldn't.
No man, I'm totally gonna put in cringy, outdated memes in my video.
Speaking
I can't tell if you're being
speaking
serious.
of
I'm just gonna
outdated.
jump off the window.
Speaking of outdated, apparently the Angry Birds movie came out. Like
What?
long.
They were making a movie.
Yes, and it's like long after Angry Birds was
Shut down,
ever a
pretty
thing.
much.
Yeah,
It's out right now.
it's out right now.
And guess what other free-to-play iPhone game is now having a movie?
What?
Fruit Ninja.
No.
Oh,
Are you kidding
Wait,
me?
wait,
Why?
what
Not
game?
kidding.
What game? What game?
Fruit Ninja.
What?
Exactly. What's the movie gonna be about? Like,
Fruit Ninjas.
It's the future, guys. It's the future, guys. When every movie is either a fan movie or it's an advertisement.
everything's a remix.
Yeah, that video's good too.
you see, young something Japanese name dishonored his family because he was unable to cut fruit with a katana that was folded 1,000 times over. So
With
he went to
glorious-
the
How many ideas,
mountains.
Max? This
to
is
the
probably
monk
3,000 times.
You're part
later
of the
than movie's
problem.
Actually, gonna be.
So he went to the cold mountains where he met a monk that taught him to cut fruit.
Well, actually,
The
he
monk was
Fruit
also
Ninja, but
white
he-
and not
They
Asian
show-
at all.
They can show how he progresses from the normal sword to the rainbow sword.
But at the end, he slices a bomb.
Yeah, at the end, yeah. Have it be really gritty like the Battlefield reboot, or the Battlefield movie.
The battle. Oh,
Starring
you mean
Keanu
the
As
No,
a
it's not
sword.
Battleship.
Battleship.
Oh my
not
God.
Battlefield.
Speaking of which, Tetris is also is getting a film, and it's a trilogy.
What?
Oh my
A
god!
trilogy?
It
Wait.
better follow some poor Russian dude as people steal the credit idea from his game.
That's a
TBH.
documentary that already exists.
Yes, I would rather have the documentary.
That already exists.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Oh,
We don't need another.
There's also gonna be a Snowden film, and it looks.
Does
crappy.
wait? Hold on. Does oh, what's his name? Hold on. Let me get it. Does Jesse Eisenberg get to play Edward Snowden?
No,
be
it's
so.
crap. I forgot. What was the name of that? Crap. Hold on, let me look up the name.
Better yet, just make Michael Cera.
It's
no. Michael Cera is not going near that movie.
Joseph
Don't
Gordon-Levitt
even joke.
as Snowden.
Oh
Joseph,
no!
Apparently, he does a voice well, but it's not his acting that's a problem in this new film. If
It's
you've seen
the writing.
Don John too.
Okay, if you see the
Snowden.
trailer, do you know where Snowden hides his micro SD card that's filled with a bunch of government files?
Does he
hides
hide
it
it
in
in
a
his-
Rubik's cube
Oh, that's
because that is considered hacker nerdy by the mainstream.
All right, so we should move on.
Yeah, because I think my cancer is resurging from all of this crap.
The internet told me how to solve a
oh
That's
Jesus!
terrible.
He loves that joke though.
Oh,
Dude, he's entitled to it.
He's earned it.
Oh my god, dude. Can we have a moment of applause for Max, who's made it this far?
Go Max.
Max, like Max,
Thank you, you people.
Max not only
you
was
people.
actually had like real cancer, he continues to expose himself to it by reading internet comments.
Oh, that's good.
True.
So
very diverse cast here on Data Break.
woo, so yeah, so bad films that should not be made. The good Snowden film is the actual documentary by Citizen 4. If you want to watch that, if you want to watch something on Snowden,
We'll probably watch that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Max, that's what you've been checking out.
Yeah. Moving on. Who's next?
Ravenstorm. What have you been doing?
I've been up to just sort of, I don't know. I got re-enrolled in community college. Did I tell you this last time?
Yes, but it's okay.
Okay, I've got my classes and everything. I bought
Excellent.
them with my own money because I didn't want to wait for the financial aid when all
Oh.
the classes were taken.
It's okay.
So it came out to like $570.
Oh, that's really
I
good.
got-
That's really good.
that's like surprisingly good. And I got some classes that I needed last year and that I'm
Didn't
very
take.
happy to have gotten them this year.
What are you taking by chance?
I'm taking English Writing 300, which is college composition, as well as anthropology. I think it's 341, which is introduction to linguistics.
Okay.
And then there's a philosophy class, which is logic and critical reasoning.
I see.
And I believe the introductory psychology, Psych 300 or whatever.
I see. Oh, cool. All right. Well, they sound like fun classes to take, actually.
I'm moving toward a major in cognitive science, actually.
CogSci is actually.
I have looked into that on Michael Malloy's recommendation. You'll know who this is, James.
I do know
Not everyone.
Malloy. He goes to my university.
Malloy.
The original It's Your Boy, Malloy.
Yep.
The original, it's your boy Malloy.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and he just mentioned it offhand, and I ended up looking into it and really seeing a lot of potential there. And it happens to fit all of my interests. It's an interesting intersection of philosophy and psychology and physiology too.
What's great about that actually too is that if you wish, you could actually enter the computer science field with artificial intelligence.
Yep, and that's another interesting.
Assuming I take the class next semester, which I might, I think I'll try. I think I'll try to keep it. And my classes are wonky and they're very rigorous next semester, and I'm debating on whether I should take it or not. My class for fall is intro to artificial intelligence, and the professor is not actually a computer science professor by like natively. He's actually a cognitive science professor.
Interesting. I'd love to be a cognitive science professor.
Yeah, so he's a cognitive science professor teaching what is technically a computer science class.
I have to take computer
I'm
science
tentatively
courses
excited.
For this,
Oh, that's
for
excellent.
for the major.
Excellent. Excellent.
It is required. I have to do machine learning. I think.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Any like media, games, stuff like that. Even.
I'm just waiting for Overwatch. In the meantime, I've been playing CS:GO more with my younger brother. We've made it from silver elites to gold Nova 2s.
All right.
in the past couple
Nice.
weeks.
Good progress.
So,
I can't believe you've gotten that far without disowning your brother.
oh no, he's okay. Like we swapped places. Like because during my hiatuses, he kept playing. So we actually have about the same number of hours now.
Cool. And you also released some music, right? Recently.
Yeah. Okay. So I practice mandolin every day, and when I practice mandolin, I do this thing where I set up my mic and start on Audacity, and I just record a click track. Okay.
And you put the click on the 24 track, which is synced to the mode. Okay, never mind. I'll stop with the Daft Punk reference.
Anyway, yeah, just a click track, and then I do some stuff over it, and then I do the chord progression for whatever piece I'm practicing, and then I do some bass notes and tune it down 2 octaves, which I really like the sound of, by the way. I like the tuned down mandolin, and then I'll play the piece over it. And normally I don't do anything with these recordings. I just like trash them. I just delete them after I'm done, and I think that it would be nice to be able to observe my progress, because I found that I had made one recording that I'd squirreled away in another folder where I didn't find it, and I didn't delete it.
Could be deleted.
Yeah. And it was kind of okay. And I thought to myself, okay, I want to have more of this. I want to be able to go back and see where I was before. And so I'm just, I've created a SoundCloud account, and I created some sick album art, and I'm just...
It is very sick album art.
It is. Looks really cool. Thank you. This is very good. It's very good.
Really, I'm greatly flattered by your compliments.
Dropping your mixtape.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's the thing. I'm trying to go about it as like sincerely as possible, because I do want to self-promote. Honestly, I want you to listen to my music. It's 40 seconds. Like, just acknowledge that I do this. It's fine. You know, it's a beautiful song. You know, and I think that music is just, it's a beautiful thing, and I want to start sharing that. I want to get good enough to perform for people. I actually reached out on Reddit this week and got in contact with a couple of people from the Sacramento subreddit and a couple of people from the Mandolin subreddit. And apparently there's this bluegrass jam that happens at this place called the Fifth String in Midtown Sacramento. And there are a lot of talented players there who just get together and jam. And I'm totally going to start going to that. I really am excited to like meet musicians who know my instrument. And I've gotten offers from a couple of people who just want to like, they want to encourage my mandolin playing. Like they you know, they played for decades, and they're like, yeah. Or the one guy contacted me who played for 10 years, and he says that, you know, it's a really fun and rewarding process, and you need someone to mentor you if you're going to get like to a professional performance level. You need someone who's better than you around.
Awesome.
And so I'm going to start looking for that. I'm going to start putting myself out there and sort of like digging in my roots, because I'm going to be in Sacramento for the next couple of years, and I might as well, you know, take advantage of that as my hometown, you know.
It's a good city. I used to be kind of angsty about it, but no, looking back, it's pretty good.
It's okay. It's a big city, and it's like, it's full of people.
It's got a lot of depth.
People.
It's got a lot of depth.
Yeah.
Like a lot of depth. Like surprisingly so, to be honest. I actually do like the city a lot.
I mean, it's not Rome, but it's definitely, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Sacramento was built in a day.
Take that, Romans.
Sacramento was built in a day.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. I need to figure out though what to do with my music, because I like playing songs. I like just, you know, just playing songs and practicing songs, but those are other people's songs, and I really want to learn to write stuff, but I have no idea where to start with that. And
you might need to take... Oh wait, am I speaking, or is he speaking?
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
You interrupted
I'm totally,
yourself.
Yeah, you. Go ahead. Yes, am I speaking?
All right. I might.
So Taylor, I'm sorry to
I'm
interrupt,
not sure.
Taylor.
Okay, so you might need to take a class in classical composition if you want to know the details of writing music.
Max,
I think I will.
your father is he's musician by
Had
trade,
a-
no?
Well, by degree, not by trade.
Oh, right. Apologies. No, not for the not for the error, not for the fact that he has a
doctor of
music
a
degree.
master of music, a bachelor of music.
I'm an associate of music.
But like,
So yeah,
it's
it
different
depends.
because all of you guys, your dads aren't really into music, are they?
No,
I'm
no.
I'm the only one in my family who's really into it. Like who?
Yeah,
and
so-
I'm not even that much into it. compared to-
I have the unique position of having a dad who's incredibly into music and computers, basically things that most dads aren't into, and that yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I love this movie.
This cool dad stuff.
He's into things that most dads just aren't into. That's the greatest tagline on earth.
Cool,
man.
cool dad, yes, relation.
Rad.
Oh god.
Oh.
Rad dad.
Rad dad.
Oh god. Yeah, we'll be going to the mall eating pizza while during the groovy days of the 80s. No, the groovy.
The groovy days of the 80s.
He won't give
That's
you
more
shit
like
for eating a whole Cinnabon.
Is that something your dad is
I
giving
don't
you shit for?
I don't think I've had a
Are you
Cinnabon
bringing up
in years.
specific
No, the shame for eating a whole
childhood
Cinnabon, it comes from yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So- James, I'm expecting you to start hosting somewhere soon.
Sorry, Taylor. Go ahead, Taylor.
Well, I've played about 2-3 hours of Stellaris, which is, you guys, 4X. Do you guys know 4X genre?
Is
It's
it
like
Grand
Civilization
Strategy?
5.
Okay.
4X, okay. There's 4X's which show the different grand things you do in the game. It is explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. And there's a ton, various history to genre, and the developers of some of the best of them, like Europa Universalis, and a lot of
Crusader Kings.
4X games, Crusader Kings, yeah. Was just focused a lot towards like specific people rather than big empires, and they've made their first science fiction one called Stellaris, and I've only played it for like 3 hours, which, if you've played 4X games, you know that's barely anything into the game at all.
Nothing, yeah.
I've only met like 2 out of the 13 nations around the in the whole galaxy, but the scope is great. I'm really excited to keep playing it. I don't have a ton to say because I haven't. Because a lot of the fun of this game is making your own personal story.
I see.
And
I see.
my Empire's story has just started.
Uh-huh.
Really.
Cool. Nice. Anything else that you've been reading or watching or?
Nope.
Would any of you recommend Civ? Because I might end up getting that.
Civ 5 or Civ
Civ-
6? The new one or
Whichever.
So you could pick up Civ 5 for cheap, so I
You can get it real cheap, and I could explain every single thing about that game to you. I love me
So,
some Civ
like-
5.
Okay, so it's good.
That's a
so
very
it's
good
good.
entry point.
Okay.
Of course, remember that it's subjective. That you might like it, you might not like it. Really,
You might end up like our good friend Daniel, who's dropped into the podcast a couple times, and where he wakes up in the middle of class asking, "What age are we in?" Yeah.
And there's
Funny.
you have a little bit of a historical bent to you, so you'd probably
do.
like
I
Civ
love
5 a
history.
lot. There's some fun alternative history and just kind of progression of like going from the Stone Age all the way up to the future even in Civ 5. And I played another 4X game at my girlfriend's house. She found her old copy of Age of Empires that she played when she was 10. This is Age of Empires 1, which is like 1998.
God
Oh.
dang.
And it was pretty dope. It's real time, and the AI were just fucking brutal. So we only lasted like half an hour at a time before we died and started over. We didn't even know what we were doing wrong.
True.
We're like, oh, we're doing fine. It's like, oh shit, there's 300 There's 300 people at our gates. Okay, we're dead. Build the archers. Nope. Okay. Oh, we're dead. And then start over and over again.
That's cool.
But it was fun to see the roots. It was very simple
Uh-huh.
and very video gamey of like, here are the 3 things you can build. Attack, different kind of attack, or walls, instead of like Civ and a lot of other modern 4X games try and make it fill in so it feels a little bit more like a real story and real like context for things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Good.
Nice. I look
That's all I
forward
got.
to it.
Cool.
I look forward to it.
So, I'm sorry, wallet. I needed to publicly apologize to my wallet because
It's okay, Raven. It's okay, James. I'm your wallet.
I actually picked up a turntable on the way home today. Just, on a whim, how it is. Just passing through Oakland, you're just like, hey, I'm going to pick up a turntable. So, yeah, I picked up
I don't know that, but
I'm
Go on.
Do
very
elaborate.
sarcastic. I picked up a Sony PS350 direct drive turntable. It's really nice. I really like it so far. I need a proper receiver or preamp for it, so it doesn't make a staticky noise. Right now, I'm just plugging it via RCA into my speaker amp, and it sounds fine. There's just some static that I need to deal with.
Grounding.
Grounding issue, but it sounds great so far. And I don't have any vinyl. I only have one vinyl for it. It's the Transistor soundtrack, but it sounds good so far, and I really like it.
Keeping it on brand with James.
You
Owning
bet.
something else, Transistor.
You bet. So yeah. So that's right. Just picked up recently. I'll probably try to fiddle with it this week. I really like just being able to set it up and watching the arm kind of go over and then being pressed down. It's good stuff. I like it. Hopefully I don't break it. It feels kind of cool to operate, but a little scary. It's a little scary to operate.
Don't be afraid of everyone online that is way too into it. You could kind of figure it out on your own.
Yes, I'm. What I think I'm going to do is I might get a new cartridge. I don't feel the need to get a new cartridge.
Then why are we gonna do it?
I mean, just in case it wears down or something. I hear people.
Then buy it when you need it. Don't buy it now.
Yeah, if I need one, I'll get a new cartridge. But aside from that, I don't need to talk to anyone else about vinyl, other than for records, not equipment. Because equipment that goes down a scary path. I also finally got my order in for my custom keyboard. Hopefully, it'll be here by mid-June. So.
Nice.
I'll let you know how good those Felios are on those Zelios switches.
Oh, are those Zelios?
I'm getting Zelio switches, 67 gram
Dude.
actuation.
Oh.
So
Do tell us about Aphelios when you get those Zelios.
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. I still need keycaps for it, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. It's gonna take a while to get anyways. And lastly, because my mind's been just such a blur from just Maker Faire. Bless you.
Thank you.
My mind's just such a blur today from Maker Faire and all that. So, but I do remember that I did play some Dark Souls with Max recently.
The first Dark Souls.
The first Dark Souls, yes, because I kind of want to get into it. I was watching my friend play Dark Souls 3, and it looked so fun to play. It was just so fluid and so fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to playing more Dark Souls. Probably only with Max, because I like playing co-op games a lot. Co-op is kind of my favorite thing.
You kind of lose the magic of the pain when you don't play solo.
That's also true. I don't know. Win some, lose some.
There is a thrill in trying so many times to beat a boss. Frustrated, but once you finally beat him, there's this thrill of overcoming some impossible video game obstacle.
I know that
and
feeling.
If you do co-op,
it kind of.
But if you do co-op, it kind. But if you want to just play a co-op game, then it still works. It's just that you'll always be a casual to me, James.
Well, I'm a main link. I'm a Link main, so I mean, how much more could I get?
You are more than a casual. You are filth.
Yeah.
You disgust me.
See, okay, so the quick disclaimer. Max is being facetious.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, I'm totally.
I could
being
hear
serious.
the shift in his voice. I could hear the directness in his laugh.
He's not seriously using the term. He's not seriously using the term casual pleb like some
Are
people
you
do.
sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I would not actually use that. I would instead of saying calling you a cat, I would just call you cancer. Get out of my face. If I was being serious.
Get out of my face. You're cancer, and you know what I do to cancer.
It just defeats
That's
it.
kind of badass,
Yes.
actually. That's a little badass way of putting it, to be honest. So yeah, just
Drown it in
Dark
poison.
Souls. I also played. Jeez, guys, out of control today. I
Go
swear.
ahead. Go ahead.
I also played.
You're the host, James. This is
I
your
know.
fault.
I know. I need to keep everyone
Host.
under control. I need to
No,
keep on.
no, look at me. I'm the host now.
Go ahead and close out, Max. Go ahead. I dare you. Do it. No. I also played some Battlefield 4 this week. I really enjoy the game. I really do. I think if you want to play a first-person shooter, I would say play Battlefield 4. It is the most fluid, well-handling first-person shooter out there right now. Almost without a doubt.
Yeah. Let's just go with that.
Like, I mean, if you want something different, yeah, Overwatch, to Counter-Strike, whatever. But like as a standard, solid first-person shooter, I think Battlefield's a good choice. And I think that's about it for me because I think that's a bit about it for me. I'm replaying Deus Ex: Human Revolution. I really like that game. I'm really hyped for the new one. So, yes,
Are you asking for it?
I am actually.
I am so sorry.
Okay, I think that's it for me. And with that, I think it's time to close out because we're almost at 2 hours.
See everyone. That's good. I think we did well.
Yes, I think so too.
That was fun.
So,
All right.
thank you for listening. If you want to follow us,
Thank you.
you can follow me at the James Lee, Ravenstorm at the Ravenstorm, Taylor Kelsey at T Kelsey. You could check us out. Max does not own a Twitter account, so
Yeah.
yes, yeah. You could follow. You could check out our articles. I think Ravenstorm now has an article, by the way.
One article, one musical piece, and one picture.
Excellent.
Yeah, I have a
That's
piece of artwork,
great.
yeah.
You can check us out our website on addendum.wordpress.com. We need to still sort out the posting. I'm sorry. And Max, do you want to plug your YouTube channel? Maybe not now. Later.
No, I haven't made the new channel yet.
Okay.
So, no.
Okay. We'll do that later. This podcast outro provided to you by Grant Webster. You can check out his SoundCloud link in the video description. You can actually check out the source material for this track actually. So,
What if Ravenstorm just played us out?
Ravenstorm, do you want to play us out?
I can totally do that.
He's excited. Let's let him do it.
Sorry, Grant.
Hold on, let me find my pick.
Uh-oh.
If I can find it in like 10 seconds, I'll close out for you. But if I can't, let's go with just have Grant's track play louder.
Okay. Well, at least Grant actually introed us. He always does our intro,
Oh,
so you can
That
always.
is true.
So that intro was provided to us by Grant Webster. So huge thanks to him. You can check out his SoundCloud link in the video description. Did you find it, Ravenstorm?
I can't find it.
That's
I
unfortunate.
had it at the beginning of
I'm
the goddamn
sorry.
podcast. I had it at the beginning of the goddamn podcast. This is absurd.
Let's just all acapella Daft Punk song. Let's do Around the World.
No.
Around the world. Alright, I'll do the
pretty
first
well.
verse.
You guys did pretty well. At the end of Ravenstorm's talk about his mandolin, I really wanted to say, "My name is Ravenstorm Labarion, but everyone calls me Labarion." Yeah.
You can hear his pain.
Do you know how frustrating it is to lose a small object while you haven't moved?
Yeah.
While you haven't moved. Okay, hold on. You know what? just
Have you
end
ever
it.
looked
Just
for
end it
something
here.
you lost, only to find out it was in your right hand the whole time?
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Next week, podcast. Yeah.
Podcast, yeah.
Maybe.
What? Okay, we'll discuss that later.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Around the world,
Rip.
around the world, around.